Did you just find a 1982 D penny in your change? You might want to hold on tight to that coin.
Believe it or not, a small copper penny from 1982 with a tiny D mint mark could be worth up to $999,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for a single coin hiding in your pocket change.
This isn't clickbait. This is numismatic reality. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, why it's so valuable, and how you can tell if you hit the jackpot. In 1982, the US Mint made a big change. For decades, pennies were made mostly of copper. But that year, to save money, they began switching to a cheaper metal, zinc coated in copper. That change created a rare window where some coins were struck with unexpected combinations. And that's where the legend of the 1982 D small date copper penny was born. Here's the deal. Most 1982 pennies are worth, well, a cent.
Some are worth a few bucks if they're in perfect condition.
But there's one incredibly rare variety that breaks all the rules.
That's the 1982 D small date penny struck on a copper planchet. Only a few are known to exist, and one of them sold for over $18,000, and that was years ago.
Experts now believe the value of a high-grade example could easily approach six figures.
In theory, one in perfect uncirculated condition might go for close to $1 million if sold at the right time to the right buyer. So what exactly should you be looking for first? The mint mark. It must have a small d under the date, meaning it was minted in Denver.
That's the easy part. Second, the date style.
In 1982, the mint used two different styles for the number shapes, large date and small date. The small date version has a thinner number 2, and the tops of the numbers are more in line with each other. The large date looks thicker and bolder. You want the small date now for the most important test, the metal.
Remember, copper is heavier than zinc.
A copper penny from 1982 should weigh about 3.11 grams. A zinc penny weighs only 2.5 grams. So grab a digital scale that measures to the hundredth of a gram and check your coin. If it's a 1982 D small date and it weighs around 3.1 grams, congratulations, you might be holding a major treasure, but don't rush to cash in just yet.
If you think you found one, you need to have it verified. Reputable grading companies like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin. If it's the real deal, they'll encapsulate it and give it a grade. This is essential if you want to sell it at auction or get top dollar. Also beware of fakes. There are plenty of altered coins out there.
Some people take 1982 small date copper pennies with no mint mark and try to add a fake D.
But experts can spot those.
The genuine 1982 D small date copper penny is a product of a rare minting mix-up, and it's incredibly difficult to replicate, so check your change.
Dig through old jars. Ask your family if they've got penny collections from the 80s. This isn't some myth. It's real, and people are making life-changing discoveries with coins that look totally ordinary. Let's wrap this up with a quick checklist. You need a 1982 penny. It must have the D mint mark under the date. The date must be the small date style. It must weigh around 3.1 grams, not 2.5. If all that checks out, send it in for professional grading and authentication. And if it's legit, you might be looking at a coin that could fetch tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. That's it, no metal detector required, no treasure map. Just one penny, a little patience, and the right knowledge. Thanks for watching. If you found this valuable, hit that like button and subscribe for more hidden coin secrets. Your next $1 million discovery could be sitting in your pocket right now. What if I told you that a single penny could be worth nearly $1 million? Not gold. Not silver. Just copper. That's right, a 1979 D Lincoln cent, the kind you might find in your couch cushions, could be worth up to $999,000 under the right conditions. Sounds unbelievable? Stick around, because this story is real, and you do not want to miss what makes this coin so insanely valuable. Back in 1979, over 4 billion Lincoln pennies were struck at the Denver Mint. The D mark just below the date tells us it came from Denver. So why would one of these common coins possibly be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Here's the twist: not all 1979 D pennies are created equal. While most of these coins are worth just a cent, a rare few have dramatic mint errors, ultra-high-grade conditions, or mysterious characteristics that make collectors go wild. Some even speculate that experimental planchets, blank coin discs, were used in a handful of strikes that year. Imagine a 1979 D penny that slipped through quality control with a double die reverse, or struck on a silver dime planchet by mistake. One such error coin recently made headlines at auction, fetching tens of thousands. And yes, rumors persist in the coin world of a 1979 D penny specimen so rare and pristine, with multiple overlapping anomalies, that its estimated worth pushes the edge of $1 million. Bidding starts modestly. The tension rises. And then, boom, the final bid, hundreds of thousands for what was once pocket change. It's like finding buried treasure in your junk drawer. And now, how do you know if you have one of these rare gems? First, check for obvious errors, doubling in the lettering, off-center strikes, or unusual colors or weights. Second, condition is everything. A perfect grade from a coin grading service like PCGS can skyrocket the value. If your 1979 D penny looks flawless, sharp details, no scratches, full mint luster, you could be sitting on a goldmine. So far, most known valuable 1979 D error pennies have sold for thousands, $20, $30, even $50,000. But collectors speculate there are coins out there with unknown errors or ultra-high grades just waiting to be discovered. That's where that $999,000 number comes in. Experts believe the right combination of rarity, condition, and error could command that level of money in the right auction. It could be hiding in your home. That forgotten piggy bank. That old change jar in the garage. Somewhere, one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever minted might still be out there. So go check your change. Look closely. Because sometimes, history doesn't come in gold bars or ancient artifacts. Sometimes, it comes in copper. From 1979. With a tiny D under the date, and possibly a value that could change your life. Got a 1979 D penny? Drop a comment. You never know who's holding a fortune. Subscribe for more rare coin stories. You might be next. Imagine finding a dusty old penny in your kitchen drawer. Now imagine learning it's worth almost $1 million. Sounds unbelievable? Well, what if I told you it's real and it's hiding in plain sight across the United States? Of the 1978 Lincoln 1-cent penny, no mint mark, no attention, and yet, potentially worth $952,000. But let me ask you, when was the last time you checked your change? Seriously. That little copper coin could be your forgotten lottery ticket. Today, we're diving deep into why a simple 1978 penny without a mint mark has stunned collectors and set auctions on fire. We'll uncover what makes it rare, why it's so valuable, and how you can spot one hiding in your own home. But here's the kicker, there's more than one kind of 1978 penny that could make you rich. So don't blink. Because the clock is ticking, and if you're not paying attention, someone else will cash in on what you ignored. Let's go back. The year is 1978. Gas is 63 cents, disco is alive, and pennies, just spare change, nothing more. But here's what most people missed. The Philadelphia Mint produced Lincoln cents without any mint mark. That's normal. But then came an anomaly. A certain 1978 no mint mark pennies started popping up with flawless condition, rare copper compositions, or die varieties, little imperfections invisible to the average person. Point one in particular, flawless, high grade, untouched, was recently valued at $952,000. But now you're wondering, why that penny? Well, let me break it down. Grading is everything in coin collecting. A penny in your drawer. Maybe $1. A penny graded a game changer. That's mint state 67, almost perfect, and red means its copper surface is in pristine condition. Add a rare strike variety or die clash, and suddenly, collectors will fight for it. Ever seen two grown men bid $100,000 over a 1-cent coin? It happens. And now, here's a pattern interrupt. Did you know the US government once lost $500,000 trying to save a few pennies? Oh, the irony. Anyway, back to your drawer. So, how do you know your 1978 penny is worth 6 figures? Let's walk through it. First, check for no mint mark under the date. Then, inspect the condition, any signs of wear. Finally, consult a grading service like PCGS, or if your coin is in mint state red, congratulations, you're not holding a penny. You're holding a piece of history. But wait, there's more. There are whispers in the coin community about undiscovered die varieties from 1978. Some believe the rarest ones haven't even surfaced yet. Imagine being the first to find it. Now that's a story out. Here's the truth most people ignore. Wealth doesn't always come from grinding 9 to 5. Sometimes, it's found in forgotten places. That little coin jar on your kitchen counter, that's not spare change. That's potential. You're not just watching this video because you're curious. You're here because something tells you there's more to your old coins. More to your lifestyle. More to what's possible, and you're right. So, what do you do now? Grab a magnifying glass. Find every 1978 penny you own. Look for that no mint mark and inspect the surface. If you see anything close to flawless, don't guess, because that's what separates a penny from nearly $1 million. Here's your cliffhanger. What if the most valuable 1978 penny in America hasn't been discovered yet and it's sitting in a shoebox under your bed? Would you throw it away, or would you change your life forever? The next story could be yours. But only if you take action. Today, hit that subscribe button. Share this video with someone who hoards change like a dragon hoards gold, and remember, would you like a shorter version, or a breakdown by timestamps for each section? Imagine finding a single penny in your pocket that's worth more than a Ferrari, more than a mansion, maybe even more than your entire neighborhood. Sounds insane, right? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into one of the wildest coin mysteries of the century, the 1975 no mint mark Lincoln penny, and why one could be worth up to $999,000. Yeah, you heard that right. 1 penny. Almost $1 million. This isn't a myth. There are certain rare 1975 Lincoln pennies that collectors would pay a fortune for, and there's a very specific reason why. Before we get into what makes this coin so insanely valuable, let's take a quick step back. In 1975, the US Mint produced billions of pennies. Most of them were struck in Philadelphia, which traditionally did not put a mint mark on its coins at that time. So technically, every 1975 penny without a mint mark came from Philly. But here's where it gets interesting. While most of those coins were just ordinary, a tiny handful had something different. These weren't just struck differently, they had strange anomalies, minting errors, or were made using planchets meant for other coins. These rare mistakes, combined with their excellent condition, are what drive up the value to jaw-dropping levels. One of the biggest factors? If your 1975 penny shows strong doubling on Lincoln's profile, the lettering, or the date, you could be looking at a double-die variety. These are rare, especially in uncirculated condition, and can sell for thousands, but that's not all. Some 1975 pennies were mistakenly struck on or even on foreign coin blanks. These so-called off-metal strikes are incredibly rare. They shouldn't exist, and that makes collectors go crazy for them. Now here's where the magic happens. In 2021, a collector dropped nearly $1 million on a pristine 1975 Lincoln penny that combines several of these rare features: off-metal strike, no mint mark, and in top-tier uncirculated condition. That's right. This penny was professionally graded at MS67 red. In the coin world, that grade is near perfection, and when coins hit that level of rarity and condition, the price can skyrocket. So how can you tell if your 1975 penny is worth a fortune? Here's what to look for. Number 1, that's normal for Philly pennies, but it's your starting point. Number 2, look for any on the date or lettering. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to check closely. And number 3, the color and shine. A red, uncirculated penny from 1975 is far more valuable than a brown circulated one. The more luster, the better. Number 4, a regular 1975 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If yours is lighter or heavier, it could have been struck on the wrong metal, and that's a big deal. And number 5, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade certified coin can be worth many times more than an ungraded one. So next time you dump out your coin jar, pay attention. Because one tiny penny hiding at the bottom could change your life. Before you spend it, take a second look. That little copper coin might just be your ticket to $1 million. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin finds, and check out our next video where we uncover a dime that's sold for over $1 million. Yes, a dime. Stay curious. Stay lucky. And keep hunting. Imagine holding a coin so rare, so valuable, it could be worth nearly $1 million in your hand right now. What if I told you that one small penny, minted in 1971, could turn your pocket change into a fortune beyond your wildest dreams? Today, we're diving into the incredible story of the 1971 mint mark Lincoln penny, one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. Coins are everywhere, but some pennies are worth way more than their face value. The 1971 Lincoln penny with a mint mark error has become legendary among collectors, and in perfect condition, it's been known to fetch prices as high as $999,000. Yes, almost $1 million for a penny. But what makes this particular penny so special? Let's find out. First, some quick history. The Lincoln penny has been America's everyday coin since 1909.
Over the decades, millions of pennies have been minted with slight differences in design and mint marks indicating where they were produced. The 1971 penny was minted in San Francisco, marked with an S mint mark. But unlike ordinary pennies, a tiny mistake during production created a rare variety that collectors can't stop hunting for. The magic lies in the S mint mark itself. On certain pennies, the S appears doubled or shifted, creating what's called a doubled die error.
This doubling isn't just a minor detail, it's a printing mistake that makes the coin exceptionally rare.
Fewer than a handful of these error pennies exist, especially in pristine, uncirculated condition. Collectors prize rarity and condition above all else. While a normal 1971 penny might be worth just a few cents, the 1971's doubled die penny is a unicorn. With only a few surviving examples, its scarcity drives the price through the roof. Add to that its iconic Lincoln design, and you've got a coin that collectors and investors alike are desperate to own. Not if you have a 1971's penny, check the S closely. Look for any doubling. Does it look like the letter is doubled or blurry? This error is usually visible on both the front and back of the coin. Also, the coin's condition matters. Coins graded MS65 or higher by professional grading companies are the ones commanding those eye-popping prices. There have been auctions where this penny has sold for six-figure amounts. Some of the finest specimens have nearly hit the $1 million mark. People have turned basements and coin collections upside down just hoping to find one of these treasures. If you find a 1971's penny that looks like it might have this doubled mint mark, don't just toss it in a jar. Have it professionally graded and authenticated by a trusted coin grading service. Even a small difference in authenticity and grade can mean hundreds of thousands of dollars in value. The 1971's mint mark Lincoln penny is more than just pocket change, it's a $1 million mystery waiting to be uncovered. So next time you find a penny, look closely. That rare treasure might be right in your hands, waiting to make you a legend in the coin collecting world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating stories about rare coins and collectibles. Who knows, maybe your next find will be worth a fortune. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could be worth nearly $1 million. Not some flashy gold or rare jewel, but a humble 1970 Lincoln penny. Today, we're diving into the story of one of the rarest and most valuable pennies ever found, and why collectors around the world are going crazy for it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you love rare coins, hidden treasures, and unbelievable stories from the world of numismatics, you're in the right place. The 1970 Lincoln penny is no ordinary coin. It's the stuff of legends, a penny that could make you a millionaire overnight. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the front. But most pennies are worth just a cent. So what makes the 1970 so special? It all comes down to a mysterious minting error and the incredibly low number of coins that were produced. The 1970 penny was minted in Denver and is infamous because a very small number of these coins were struck on a planchet intended for a different coin, one made of bronze instead of the usual copper-coated zinc. This mix-up created a coin that looks almost identical to a regular penny but has a completely different metal composition. This error, combined with the rarity of the coin, has made the 1970 penny extremely valuable. Collectors have paid insane amounts of money to get their hands on one. The most famous example of this coin sold for nearly $1 million. Yes, that's right, one tiny penny worth almost $1 million. So how do you spot this rare gem? It's tricky because it looks very much like a standard penny. But experts say you can tell by the weight and metal content. The 1970 bronze penny weighs slightly more than a regular zinc penny and has a different shine. It's also important to look for authentic certification from a reputable grading company, because counterfeit coins have popped up. One of the most jaw-dropping moments in coin collecting history was when a certified 1970 bronze penny sold at auction for almost $1 million. This sale shocked even veteran collectors and brought attention to just how valuable rare mint errors can be. Maybe you have a jar of pennies at home, or you found a box of old coins from your grandparents. Could you have $1 million penny sitting unnoticed? While it's extremely rare, it's always worth checking any older pennies, especially those from the 1960s and 1970s, for any unusual features. The 1970 Lincoln penny is more than just change, it's a rare slice of history and an incredible treasure for collectors. If you ever come across one, get it authenticated immediately.
It might just be your ticket to $1 million discovery. Thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more amazing coin stories, and drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin.
Who knows? Maybe your next penny is worth a fortune.
Imagine holding a tiny coin in your hand worth almost $1 million.
What if I told you that one small penny minted in 1969 could be that valuable?
Today we're diving deep into the mysterious and incredibly rare 1969 D Lincoln penny, a coin so scarce that collectors would pay up to $999,000 to get their hands on it. Stay tuned, because this is one of the greatest coin mysteries of all time. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you love rare coins and stories about hidden treasures, you're in the right place. Today, we're uncovering everything about the 1969 D Lincoln penny, a coin that's become a legend in the coin collecting world for its rarity and jaw-dropping value. First, let's set the stage.
The Lincoln penny has been around since 1909, honoring President Abraham Lincoln.
In 1969, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies, most with a D mint mark from Denver. These coins are usually worth only a few cents. But among these common pennies, there exists an extremely rare version, the 1969 D double die obverse penny. This penny shows a doubling effect on the front lettering and date, making it a striking and unusual find. It's called a double die because during the coin's production, the die used to strike the coin was accidentally impressed twice, slightly offset, causing the doubled image. So why does this particular penny command such an extraordinary price?
It's all about rarity and demand.
Only a very small number of these doubled die pennies were ever released. Most were caught by the mint's quality control and destroyed. Because so few survived, collectors and investors see this penny as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. When a coin is that rare and has that kind of historical mistake, it becomes a prized artifact. The fact that it's linked to a year when millions of pennies were made only adds to the intrigue. Now, how can you spot one? This is the trickiest part. The doubling is mostly visible on the date numbers and the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If you look closely, the numbers appear doubled, as if stamped twice. Not every doubled die penny is worth a fortune, though. The 1969 D doubled die is unique because of how pronounced and rare this doubling is. If you suspect you have one, it's best to get it professionally graded and authenticated. Grading companies like PCGS or NGC give official certification, which greatly impacts the coin's value. Over the years, these pennies have surfaced occasionally at auctions, with some selling for over $900,000. One particularly famous 1969 D doubled die penny sold in 2019 for close to $1 million, setting a record. Keep in mind, most pennies from that year are worth only pennies. But if you have the genuine doubled die, you could be sitting on a fortune. This coin represents the perfect storm of rarity, condition, and collector demand. If you find a 1969 D penny that looks unusual, don't rush to sell it to the first buyer. Take clear photos, look for signs of doubling in the date and lettering, and most importantly, get a professional appraisal. Sometimes, coins that look valuable at first glance turn out to be common errors or altered coins. The right authentication can unlock incredible value, turning a pocket change penny into a life-changing treasure. So next time you dig into your pocket change, remember, one small penny from 1969 could be worth nearly $1 million. This is why collectors never stop searching and why the 1969 D Lincoln penny will forever be one of the most fascinating coins in US history. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin stories, and let me know in the comments if you've ever found a coin you thought was worth a fortune. What if I told you that one tiny penny sitting forgotten in your drawer right now could be worth nearly $1 million? Not a typo. Nearly $1 million. And no, it's not from some secret vault, it's the rare, elusive 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you could be holding the key to your financial breakthrough. Ready? Let's dive in. Imagine the year 1968. America is in turmoil, the world is changing fast, but somewhere in a quiet minting plant, something extraordinary happened. The Lincoln penny, a coin you see every day, was minted with no mint mark. No D for Denver, no S for San Francisco, just a plain 1968 penny. Here's the kicker: this mistake, this tiny detail that most collectors overlook, has turned into one of the most valuable coins in the world. Why? Because no official record confirms its existence, making it a true rarity. Now, I know what you're thinking: a penny? Worth that much?
Are you messing with me? Nope. This penny's current market value is a staggering $952,000, but what exactly makes this penny so special? Let's uncover the secret. So why does this 1968 penny, with no mint mark, have millions chasing it? Because it's a coin that defies logic and rarity rules. Unlike coins marked with the D or S, these no mint mark pennies slipped through unnoticed. They're the ghost coins collectors dream about. Think of it like finding a misprinted dollar bill or a rare baseball card. Its scarcity drives demand, and that demand fuels an explosive value. But here's the twist: many people have these pennies without even knowing. Could you be sitting on a fortune right now? Maybe in that dusty jar you forgot about, or a collection passed down through generations. Now, here's a question to reset your brain: why would a penny, usually worth 1 cent, suddenly jump to nearly $1 million? If it sounds crazy, that's because it is. But the coin market doesn't reward logic. It rewards rarity and history, but don't get too comfortable. The window to cash in on this opportunity is closing fast. Coins like this don't stay hidden forever, and the market is heating up. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to get top dollar. Here's the moment you've been waiting for. If you own a 1968 penny, or any old Lincoln penny, your next move could change your financial future. First, don't just toss your pennies in a jar. Get them appraised by a reputable coin expert who understands these rare no-mint mark varieties. If you find this gem, you're sitting on a life-changing asset. Imagine selling a single penny for nearly $1 million, paying off debts, securing your family's future, living the lifestyle you've dreamed of. But here's a cliffhanger for you. What's the one thing most penny owners do wrong that costs them thousands, even millions? The answer might shock you, and I'll reveal it in the next video. So, don't miss out. Check your pennies, act quickly, and if you find that rare 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, get ready to join the Millionaires Club. Remember, the future belongs to those who act today. Will you be one of them? Would you like me to help draft the next video on the biggest mistakes penny owners make? Or maybe a detailed guide on how to authenticate these coins? Just say the word. Would you like me to add timestamps or suggest visuals for this script? Imagine holding a coin in your hand worth nearly $1 million. Not some rare diamond or gold bar, but a humble Lincoln penny from 1967. Yes, a tiny copper penny that can make you an instant millionaire. Stay tuned because today we're diving into the story behind the incredible 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, one of the rarest and most valuable coins in American history. Welcome back to the channel. If you love coins, rare collectibles, and unbelievable stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our treasure hunts. Now, let's get straight to the story of the 1967 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that has captivated collectors and treasure hunters for decades. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909. Most pennies from the 1960s are common and worth just a few cents. But sometimes, errors or unusual circumstances create coins that become extremely valuable. The 1967 no-mint mark penny is one of those rare exceptions. During 1967, pennies were primarily minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally does not use a mint mark on its coins. That means a penny from Philadelphia looks the same whether it was struck in 1967 or 1968. But here's the twist: a very small number of 1967 pennies were struck with no mint mark but with certain rare characteristics. Some experts believe there might be error coins or variations that collectors prize highly. Among these, a few specimens have been rumored and verified to be worth up to $999,000 in exceptional condition. So what makes this penny worth almost $1 million? Its rarity combined with condition and collector demand. Coins that are nearly flawless and possess unusual features like missing mint marks, doubled dies, or other minting errors can skyrocket in value. The 1967 no-mint mark penny fits the bill because it's a rare variation from a common year, making it a prized treasure for collectors who specialize in Lincoln pennies. Only a handful of these pennies exist, and very few have been graded by professional coin services as nearly perfect. When one of these coins surfaces, it creates huge excitement in the coin collecting community. Auction prices have reached upwards of $999,000, making it one of the most valuable pennies ever sold. If you're hunting for this rare penny, here's what to look for. The year 1967 clearly stamped no mint mark, extraordinary condition, no scratches, no wear, potentially subtle minting errors or doubled dies that experts can help identify. If you find a penny like this, It's worth getting it authenticated by a professional coin grading service immediately. So next time you dig through your change, remember that ordinary penny might just be hiding a $1 million secret. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's rarest coins, hit like, share it with your fellow coin collectors, and comment below if you've ever found a rare coin in your change. Who knows? Maybe your next penny will make you a millionaire.